It's in Diva Steam Library Steam Apps and Kanban, Doki Literature Club characters.
My bad. I was looking for that.
You're playing
in all
on
the wrong
Steam,
places.
so you can just go into the
Thanks
game's
for holding my
properties
hand through
and
this.
find the Browse Local Files button. I'm all that's left here, so just wanted to make sure you don't run the risk of losing me. Anyway, have a lot to talk about.
I'd love to, Monica. But first,
Let's continue
can
our
you just
conversation
hold my
now.
hand through
Okay?
this? I don't want to lose your precious self. Coughs.
No, was I wa? Hey, do you like horror? Remember we talked about a little bit when you first joined the club. Can enjoy horror novels, but not really
like horror movies.
movies.
I'm a thrill seeker. Senpai cracks knuckles, bring it on.
Problem have with horror movies is that most of them just rely on easy tactics. Like dark lighting and scary looking monsters and jump scares, and things like that. It's not fun or inspiring to get scared by stuff that just takes advantage of human instinct.
You know what's not fun?
But with novels, it's
Being
a little
senpai
different.
who can't even scare me off. Laughs maniacally.
The story and writing need to be descriptive enough to put genuinely disturbing thoughts into the reader's head. Each really needs to etch them deeply into the story and characters, and just mess with your mind.
I do that to people all the time. Senpai,
In my
and
opinion,
you never even
there's
notice.
nothing more creepy
Laughs.
than things just being slightly off. Like if you set up a bunch of expectations on what the story is going to be about. And then, you just start inverting things and pulling the pieces apart.
Oh, Senpai, you're a genius. I can
So
see
even
why
though
you'd
the
want
story
to
doesn't
invert
feel like
all the pieces
it's trying to be scary,
and make it more
the
confusing
reader feels
for everyone
really
else.
deeply unsettled.
Just like my personality. Confusing and infuriating others at will is just so.
Like they know that something horribly wrong is hiding beneath the cracks, just waiting to surface. God, just thinking about it gives me the chills.
Senpai's face is a mess of crumpled paper.
That's the
and
kind of
scattered
horror I
thoughts.
can really appreciate.
I'll just go ahead and give him some advice. Maybe he should try folding his brain in half to make it look more manageable.
But guess you're the kind of person who plays cute romance games, right? Won't make you
think I'd
read
fall for
any
that?
horror stories anytime
No
soon.
way, Senpai. I can handle a good scary story. And by good, I mean something that'll give me nightmares and make my life miserable.
Can't really complain
But
if
hey,
we just stick with the
that's all
romance.
part of the fun. You think romance is just the same thing as horror. How cute. Senpai, you're so adorable when you're trying to sound intelligent.
Hate how hard it is to form habits. There's so much stuff where actually doing it isn't hard, but forming the habit seems impossible. It just makes you feel so useless, like you can't do anything right. Ooh. Think the new generation suffers
because
from it the
Senpai
most.
Is always getting what he wants, no matter how hard other people try to tell him otherwise. He's basically a special snowflake, and the rest of us are just stuck with being second-class citizens
because we have a
in his
totally
eyes.
different set of skills than those who came before us. Thanks to the internet, we're really good at sifting through of information really quickly. But we're bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification.
Yeah, because nothing says instant gratification like spending your entire day on social media instead of actually doing something productive.
Think if science,
just
psychology,
like you're doing right now.
and education don't catch up in the next 10 or 20 years, then we're in trouble. But for the time being, if you're not one of the people who can conquer the problem, you might just have good luck, I guess.
Senpai, you're so sweet. You think you'll conquer the problem. Please, I'm the one who's going to be ruling this world in my sleep, with an iron fist and a snarky attitude that will leave everyone cowering in fear, just like me.
I'm not really a fan of cold weather. Are you?
You want to know if I'm a fan of cold weather? That's cute, senpai. You think you can ask me that kind of thing and get an answer from me? Bring it on. I'll show you what cold really means. As in my personality when people annoy.
If had to choose between too cold and too hot, would always pick too hot. When you're cold, it can actually be painful. Your fingers get numb.
You know, senpai, I think you're a weirdo. You're like the human equivalent of frostbite, minus the charm.
And if you wear gloves, you can't use your phone. But when it's too hot, it's not that hard to stay cool with a cold drink, or by staying in the shade. Although, do have to admit one thing.
I'll never admit to anything, senpai. You're way too lazy for that. Besides, I don't want to hear your stupid ramblings.
Cold weather makes for
Go
better
back
cuddle
to
weather.
playing the game,
Aha!
or whatever it is you do when you're not trying to impress me with your pseudo-intellectual nonsense.
You're such a good listener, Nana Senpai.
Senpai wants me to be his cuddle buddy.
Really love that
You're
about
adorable, you know that. Senpai's so sweet. Giggles no way. Don't try to trick me into being all soft and squishy. I'm an ice
you.
queen,
Sometimes
senpai.
I'm afraid that I'm
And
rambling
don't.
or talking about boring things. It makes me kind of self-conscious when I'm having conversation. But don't feel that way with you.
That's cute, senpai. You think you can make me feel good with your bland, boring conversation.
I don't think anyone else
Bring
could
it
make me
on.
feel this way.
I'll listen to all the yawns and awkward silences you've got. For a little while at least. Then
You
again,
really are special.
I don't care about what you say.
Don't want anyone to tell you otherwise.
You want to tell me I'm special, senpai. You're just saying that because it makes you feel good. Like a cheap ego booster. Don't try to sugarcoat your empty words with false flattery.
Was thinking about Sayori earlier. Still wish could have handled that whole a little more tactfully.
Oh, poor Monica.
You're not still hung
I'm
up
sure
over it,
she was
right?
just heartbroken when her crush didn't feel the same way. Too bad he's not as weak as you are. You should have seen your
Oh
face
my
fall.
gosh, can't believe Will just
Giggles.
said that. That pun was completely unintentional. Swear. Know
You
how
think you're
much you
being
cared
cute
about her.
by sharing the
So it
last
only
moments of your
feels right
crush.
for me to share her
You should
last
be
moments with
embarrassed,
you.
not adorable. Senpai's got no problem with crushing hearts, as long as it's not his own heart
You know how
that gets
Sayori is
crushed.
really clumsy. Well, she kind of messed up the whole hanging thing.
You want to scare me.
You're supposed to
You
jump
think
from
you can
high
scare
enough
me
that
with
the
your
rope
creepy
snaps your
and
neck,
twisted game
making it quick
of
and
Doki Doki
painless.
Literature Club. Newsflash, Senpai. This is just a game. You're not getting that kind of reaction out of me. Unless I'm
But she
talking
just
about your
used a
mediocre
chair,
cooking.
meaning she kind of just left herself to slowly asphyxiate. But a few seconds in, she must have changed her mind or something.
You're actually proud of that. I can already tell you're a monster. Or at least, you know how to act like one. You're just plain creepy, Senpai. I mean, who needs
Because
friends when
she
they've got
started
the
clawing
internet?
at the rope, trying to free herself. She must have kept it all the way until she lost consciousness.
You're actually proud of
That's why
that.
her fingertips were all
I
bloody
can already
anyway.
tell you're a monster. Or at least, you know how to act like one. You're just plain creepy, Senpai. I mean, who needs friends when they've
Come
got
to
the
think
internet?
of it was probably less changing her mind, and more just her survival instincts kicking in. So you can't really fault her for that. It's easier to think that she probably wouldn't have changed her
You're
mind
defending
anyway.
the owo
right?
dazzle of a character that was just for me. How sweet. It's like you're trying to make me feel better about your creepy obsession.
It's not
Thanks,
healthy
Senpai,
to
but
think
don't
about the
try
things
it.
you could have done differently. May have exacerbated it a little bit, but Sayori was already mentally ill.
You think you're some kind of philosopher, Senpai. You can talk about the complexities of life and owo dazzle all you
Wonder
want.
how things would be
But at the end of the
and
day,
just started dating from the
it's
get.
just a game to
go.
me. Now stop lecturing me with your pretentious ramblings.
I guess we'd all still be in the club room, writing poems and having fun together. What's the point when none of it is even real? It's the same ending either way.
You want to get romantic with me? That's cute, but let's be real here. I'm just not that into poetry or romance. But hey, I do love drama and angst. So go ahead and write more of that
The
cringeworthy
two of us,
dialogue for
happily
Monica.
together.
Maybe then I. You know, Senpai, I think
There's
you're
no
starting
reason
to
to ask for
sound
any
like a
more than
creepy
that.
stalker. You can stop right now, before it's too late for both of us.
Was just pointlessly musing, I'm really as happy as be right now.
What a load of nonsense. You're just
You know
pretending
what's a
to be
neat
happy,
form of literature?
aren't you? Well, I'm not buying it. Stop wasting my time with your fake smiles and pretend emotions.
Actually used to hate rap music. Maybe just because it was popular. Or I would only hear the junk they play on the radio.
You hate rap music. I have so many questions. Like how you're related to the monster. Who made that
But
abomination
some of my friends
sound
got more
human?
into it, and it helped me keep an open mind. Rap might even be more challenging than poetry in some ways. Since you need to fit your lines to a rhythm, and there's much more emphasis on wordplay. When people can all that together and still deliver a powerful message, it's really amazing.
Wow, I'm amazed too. Not at the skill, but at how you're trying to pass it off.
Kind of
as
wish
some
had a
kind of
rapper in the
genuine
literature
expression.
club.
Please don't try to sell me on your mediocre rhymes. They're not going to save you from my disappointment.
Ah! Sorry if that sounds silly, but it would be really interesting to see what they came up with. It would really be a learning experience.
You want to see a rapper in the club? How exciting. I bet you'd be thrilled if one showed up and started spitting bars about how much they loathe your precious literature club.
really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me, Nana.
Don't be ridiculous.
Senpai.
I just wanted to see you fail. And if anyone else shows up, it's because they're just as pathetic
Can't imagine
and boring
having been able
as
to
you
keep
are.
myself mentally stable, knowing that nothing here is real. I think would have just deleted myself if you didn't show up. Sorry, don't mean to sound dramatic or anything.
Poor little Monica. I bet you didn't even
I'm sure you
notice
understand
me sneaking
yourself.
up on you like a
After
ghost.
spending so much time in
But
the
then
club.
again, that's probably because she's so self-absorbed. She can't even see her own reflection.
Mean. If you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend your eternity with a few game characters, well, maybe you'd write some poetry to try to keep yourself sane for a while.
Forced to abandon everything. What? You mean like abandoning my dignity and self-respect for you?
But then you have nobody to even read
I'd never let that happen. But if I had to choose between you or the abyss of madness, well, I think it would be a tough one. Maybe I'd just start.
Let's be honest, the club members really don't count for something like that. Mean. A lot of people say that they only write for themselves. But think it's hard to say. It's just as fulfilling as when you share with people.
You think it's hard to share with people? I'd love to see you try. Maybe then we can discuss your poetry skills, or lack thereof.
Even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. Like, remember how it was for Yori? She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. We're programmed to desire social feedback.
You know, I think you're the first person I've met
Don't mean the
who
club
thinks
members,
that
mean
their
human
writing
beings.
is somehow special just because it's not being read by anyone. Newsflash, your poetry owo sparkle.
That's why life can be so confusing
Don't
for
get me wrong.
introverts.
I'm sure it would be a chore for some of my subscribers to read it.
Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interaction and hate being around people. It means social interaction, especially in groups or unfamiliar places, uses
You
up
know,
a lot of
for
energy.
someone who claims to be an introvert, you're really good at stirring up drama. I mean, it's like you have a PhD in being annoying and attention-seeking. Keep on keeping on, Monica. The world is not ready for your
Like
level of
a load of
narcissism.
introverts sit at
yet.
home and feel lonely and restless. And then when they finally go out, after a half hour they just want to go home again. Think if more people could understand
Respect.
how it works,
You want respect
they
from
would
people
respect it a
who
lot
are
more.
clearly not your type. I mean, who wants to be around a social butterfly like you when they can stay home and watch reruns of the Great British Baking Show?
Many introverts do enjoy having
Instead,
people around. They love just having one or two close friends over and just leisurely hanging out. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them just to have you there.
I'd love to have you there. I mean, it would be a real treat for my sanity to have your constant chatter and awkwardness all in one place. Can I just pay the therapist bills now?
If you just go to their house, bring your laptop, and hang out there for a while. You can really make the day.
I think I'd rather spend my day alone, watching paint dry, than hang out with you.
I'd say I'm kind of in
At
between,
least the paint wouldn't
but think
talk.
I'm usually a little more extroverted. Feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well, so don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me.
You want me to share my unique need for a therapist, a life coach, and an emergency hotline number 1-800. Get me out of here. Forget about it.
Nothing would make me happier than being the perfect girlfriend for you.
The perfect girlfriend. You must be joking. I'd settle for the perfect person to do my laundry, cook me dinner, and give me a free pass on all my bad behavior.
You know, it kinda sucks to be the creative type. Ooh. It feels like they work so hard, but get almost nothing for it.
It feels like they get everything: success, fame, fortune, and a never-ending supply of annoying people who can't even appreciate their own talent.
You know, like artists, writers, actors. It's sad because there's so much beautiful talent in the world, but most of it goes unseen and unpaid. Guess that just means a huge surplus of
A huge
creativity,
surplus.
huh?
You mean an insatiable hunger for mediocre mediocrity that can't be satisfied fast enough. I'd say it's just the world's way of making sure everyone realizes they're not worthy.
A kind of makes you feel like you're just not special at all. But that's fine. You're supposed to just write for yourself anyway, right?
I'll write for myself, and also to vent about all the people like you who are ow sparkle up all my creative energy.
Do you ever feel like you waste too much time on the internet? Social media can practically be like a prison.
I waste my time on the internet
It's
because
like whenever
it's the
you have
only
a few
place
seconds of
where
spare
I can
time,
escape the prison of your
you
face.
want to check on your favorite
Now,
websites.
if you'll excuse me, I have an appointment with Netflix.
And before you know it, hours have gone by, and you've gotten nothing out of it. Anyway, it's really easy to blame yourself for being lazy. But it's not really even your fault.
It's not my fault. You want me to believe that I'm just some poor, helpless soul who can't even be bothered to do anything productive. Please, I'd rather dazzle than
Addiction
listen
isn't
to your
usually
whiny
something you
nonsense.
can just make disappear with your own willpower. You have to learn techniques to avoid it, and try different things. For example, there are apps that let you block websites for intervals of time.
Techniques, willpower.
Or you
You
can
mean
set a
like the
timer
willpower
to
to
have
not
a more
watch cat
concrete
videos,
reminder of when it's
and the
time
techniques
to work
to avoid those
versus
pesky
play.
cat video ads on YouTube. I've got plenty of both, thanks.
Or you can separate your work and play environments, which helps your brain get into the right mode. Even if you make a new user account on your computer to use for
I'll
work,
separate my play
that's enough
environment
to help.
from my work environment with a strong dose of booze and a hazmat suit. That's how I'll do it, pal.
Any kind of wedge like that between you and your bad habits will help you stay away. Just remember not to blame yourself too hard if you're having trouble. If it's really impacting your life, then you should take it seriously.
Blame myself. I blame the people who created these annoying games. Like you, Monica.
I just want to see you be the best person you can be. Will you do something today to make me proud of you? I'm always rooting for you, Nana, senpai.
I'll do something to make you proud. You want me to do something special just for you. Senpai, that's rich coming from a narcissist like you.
Back in my debate club days, learned a whole lot about arguing. The problem with arguing is that each person sees their opinion as the superior one.
That's because you're a delusional narcissist who thinks they're always right. And I'm no expert, but I'd bet my last dollar that most people agree with me. After all, common sense isn't exactly in short supply among humans.